Hi, I'm Everly. I've always been the responsible one in the family, which isn't saying much when your competition is my brother Marcus. Growing up in the Westwood mansion with more money than we knew what to do with didn't exactly teach us the value of hard work. You're seriously going to waste a year of your life digging wells or whatever when you could be starting at Dad's company? Marcus lounged across my bed while I packed for my trip. It's called making a difference, Marcus. Some of us want more from life than just waiting for our trust funds to kick in. He rolled his eyes. Easy to say when Grandpa left you the bigger share. That was always his issue. When our grandparents died 3 years ago, they left us both substantial trust funds that would fully mature when we turned 30. Mine was significantly larger, not because they loved me more, but because Marcus had already blown through most of his emergency access portion on failed business ventures and a yacht he crashed after 2 months. Maybe if you hadn't treated your first installment like lottery winnings, they would have trusted you with more. Whatever. Mom and Dad are freaking out about this trip, you know. Southeast Asia isn't exactly the Hamptons. Mom appeared in the doorway. He's right, honey. A whole year in those countries. The infrastructure, the diseases, the political situations. I've done my research, Mom. The volunteer program is well established. Plus, I speak enough Thai to get by. Let her go, Dad called from down the hall. This phase will last 3 weeks tops before she's begging for a first-class ticket home. That night at dinner, Marcus was unusually supportive. Actually, I think it's cool what Everly's doing. Someone should represent the family in something worthwhile. I nearly choked on my wine. Who are you and what have you done with my brother? I'm serious. And I'll handle your mail, keep an eye on your condo, whatever you need. 2 weeks later, I was setting up a medical outreach program in a coastal village in Thailand. The work was harder and more rewarding than I'd imagined. I video called home weekly for the first month, then bi-weekly as projects demanded more time. 3 months in, warnings about a massive typhoon started circulating. The program coordinators gave us options to evacuate, but most of the medical team, including me, chose to stay. You need to come home now, Dad insisted during our last call before the storm. These people have nowhere to go, Dad. I can't just abandon them. The trust fund disbursement paperwork needs your signature next month anyway. We can handle that remotely. Marcus can help if there's any problem. That was my biggest mistake. The typhoon hit with a vengeance no one predicted. Our clinic was decimated. I was helping evacuate elderly patients when part of a roof collapsed. I woke up 2 days later in a makeshift hospital with a severe concussion, broken leg, and no way to contact the outside world. The entire region's communications were down, roads washed out, and the closest functioning airport was 200 miles away. As I drifted in and out of consciousness, I had no idea that back home, Marcus was already putting his plan into motion. While I was fighting to recover in a village suddenly cut off from the world, my brother was telling our family that I was dead. The local healer, Malay, became my lifeline during those first weeks. My leg was set with bamboo splints and traditional medicine that smelled like rotting fish. You very lucky. Many die in storm. Village cut off now. I tried repeatedly to contact home using the village's single satellite phone, which worked sporadically at best. The number you are trying to reach has been disconnected. That made no sense. Our family phone numbers never changed. After 6 weeks of healing, I finally reached the American Embassy in Bangkok via a supply truck driver. Your passport was reported destroyed. Your family filed death paperwork 3 months ago, the embassy official said, his voice oddly clinical. That's impossible. I've been recovering here. I'm clearly not dead. Without proper identification and with an official death certificate on file, this is complicated. Complicated was an understatement. It took 5 more months of legal battles, DNA tests, and countless calls to prove I wasn't an identity thief. The embassy staff nicknamed me Zombie Girl. Your brother submitted extensive evidence storm damage reports, local officials' statements, even body identification paperwork. My brother, Marcus, did this? Finally landing in New York felt surreal. My apartment keys didn't work. The doorman's face went white. Miss Everly? But we had a memorial service. Your brother cleared out your things months ago. I took a cab straight to my parents' house, rehearsing what to say. The housekeeper answered, screamed, and slammed the door in my face. 10 minutes of pounding later, my father peered through a crack, face ashen. This sick joke stops now. My daughter is dead. Dad, it's me! Look at my face! The typhoon destroyed communications. I was injured. Marcus warned us about this. Some con artist who looked into Everly's background. Get off my property before I call the police. That's when it clicked. I checked my phone. A news article from 6 months ago. Westwood heiress presumed dead in Southeast Asian typhoon. Brother to manage 8-figure trust. I called our family attorney, Feldman, from a hotel room I could barely afford. Listen very carefully. Marcus has been warning everyone for months about a potential scammer who might claim to be you. He has documentation, witnesses. He even held a memorial service where he broke down crying. Did he break down before or after he drained my trust fund? The fund was transferred to him as the secondary beneficiary after the death certificate was processed. Look, if you're really Everly, come to my office tomorrow with any proof you have. I hung up and stared at my reflection. Marcus had planned this meticulously. No wonder he'd been so supportive of my trip. He needed me gone long enough to declare me dead and steal my inheritance. My phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. If you're really my sister, meet me at Riverside Park tomorrow, 2 p.m. Come alone. M. He wanted to meet? Perfect. I'd need evidence to bring him down, and what better way than getting him to admit what he'd done? I texted back one word. Why? The response came instantly. Because I need to make sure you stay dead this time. I clutched the phone, a cold determination settling in my bones. Game on, Marcus. Game on. I wasn't about to meet Marcus alone after that threat. Instead, I called the one person who might actually believe me, my childhood friend Sophia. Holy shit, Everly? Is it really you? In the flesh, despite what my dear brother has told everyone. 2 hours later, we were huddled in Sophia's apartment while I explained everything. I always knew Marcus was a snake, but this is next-level evil. We need proof, though. Your word against his won't be enough. I've got an appointment with Feldman tomorrow, but I don't trust him completely. He's been our family lawyer forever, but he's also been handling Marcus's affairs. You need Jackson. He was Feldman's associate but started his own practice last year. He hates your brother's guts after Marcus tried to blame him for some missing documents. Jackson agreed to meet us that same night at his office. The death certificate is definitely forged, but it's professional work. This wasn't just your brother. He had help. His girlfriend, maybe? Natalie works at that document authentication company. Jackson typed rapidly. Natalie Simmons? Interesting coincidence. Let's dig deeper. Over the next week, Jackson uncovered a trail of Marcus's financial disasters. Massive gambling debts, failed investments, 3 maxed-out credit cards. He was desperate for cash. Your trust fund was his golden ticket. But how did he convince everyone I was dead? There would have been an investigation. That's where it gets interesting. He bribed officials in Thailand to create fake reports. But we need more. Someone who saw him planning this. Sophia snapped her fingers. Diana, your parents' assistant. She knows everything that happens in that house. Getting to Diana wasn't easy. Marcus had the house on lockdown, but Sophia created a diversion by scheduling a delivery that required Diana's signature. We cornered her at the service entrance. Jesus Christ, Everly! They said you were dead! Marcus lied. I need your help proving it. Diana glanced around nervously. He's been acting strange for months. Right after they declared you dead, I overheard him fighting with Natalie about documents being rushed and paying off the right people. Would you testify to that? I can do better. I've got copies of everything that comes through that house, including some very suspicious paperwork Marcus had Natalie notarize about your death. The final piece came when Jackson discovered Marcus had withdrawn over $2 million from my trust in the past month alone. He's bleeding it dry as fast as he can. And get this, he just booked one-way tickets to a non-extradition country for the day after your family's annual reunion next weekend. The reunion. That's perfect. Everyone will be there, Extended family, business associates, the works. We spent the next 3 days planning the takedown. Jackson would handle the legal angles. Sophia would manage technology and recording. Diana would ensure I could enter undetected. "What if your parents still don't believe you?" Sophia asked. "They will when they see the evidence. And if Marcus thinks he can threaten me into staying dead, he's about to learn that coming back from the grave gives you one hell of an advantage." The night before the reunion, I received another text. "Final warning, disappear again or things get ugly. M." I smiled. Things were definitely about to get ugly, just not for me. The Westwood annual reunion was in full swing when Diana snuck me through the kitchen entrance. Marcus was playing host, wearing the expensive watch that should have been mine. "Everyone in position?" I whispered into my earpiece. "Cameras rolling. Jackson's got the documents ready." I stepped into the hall just as Marcus raised a glass. "Before we continue celebrating, I'd like to remember my beloved sister, whose spirit I feel with us today." "My spirit feels just fine, Marcus." The room went silent. My mother dropped her champagne flute. "Everly? How?" Dad stammered, face pale. Marcus recovered quickly. "Everyone stay calm. This is exactly what I warned about. This woman is an imposter." "Funny you should mention that." I nodded to Sophia, who activated the projector. "Let's look at some interesting documents." Diana stepped forward. "These are the death certificate forgeries I found in Marcus's desk." Marcus lunged toward the equipment. "This is absurd. Security." "Touch me and I'll add assault to the fraud charges," I warned. Natalie tried slipping out, but Jackson blocked her. "Going somewhere? The FBI agents outside would love to discuss your role in falsifying federal documents." My mother approached slowly. "It really is you. Those scars on your eyebrow from when you fell off the horse." Marcus changed tactics. "Everly, thank God. We thought you were dead. There must have been some mistake. Save it. We have your threatening text messages, plus records of you draining my trust fund." "And the one-way tickets to Venezuela scheduled for tomorrow," Jackson added. Marcus finally cracked. "You have no idea what it was like living in your shadow. Dad always favored you. You didn't deserve any of it." "So you decided I deserved to be dead instead?" 3 months later, Marcus and Natalie were both serving time. My parents had spent weeks apologizing, but rebuilding our relationship would take longer. Jackson handed me the final paperwork. "The courts recovered about 30% of your trust fund. The rest is gone, but Marcus's assets have been liquidated to compensate you. It's more about justice than money now." The prison called the next day. Marcus wanted to see me. "I know I can never make this right," he said through the visitor's glass. "But I am truly sorry. You're my sister. Can we ever move past this?" I studied his face, searching for sincerity. "You didn't just steal my money, Marcus. You told our parents their daughter was dead. There's no moving past that." I hung up the phone and walked away, never looking back. Some betrayals can't be forgiven, and some people don't deserve second chances. Would you forgive a family member who tried to erase your entire existence for money? Or are some betrayals truly unforgivable? What would you have said to Marcus through that prison glass? If this story of family betrayal and sweet revenge kept you on the edge of your seat, hit that like button to help others find it too. New stories of justice served drop every week, so subscribe if you want more satisfying endings where the bad guys finally get what they deserve. What other revenge scenarios would you like to see played out in future stories? Drop your ideas in the comments below.